I'm Helen with the 49th Annual Art in the Park. This is a fundraiser for the Art Center, and the Art Center has been around since 1939. We do this every year on Memorial Weekend. We have about 70 fine artists. They have to be juried into the show, so the caliber of the art is very high. We also have our high school students that come and participate every year. And it's Saturday and Sunday, Memorial Weekend, 10 to 5. We have performances in the gazebo. We have art activities, face painting, and it's a great family event. We love to have everyone come to Ojai and have a beautiful day. And we hope you can join us, because it started off as a very small show, and it has just, become this festival that happens every Memorial Weekend. And we have artists that are local, we have artists that are professional that do the tours, the festival tours. So they come from near and far. So a lot of people just come because they know it's going to be happening every Memorial Weekend, but also now Ojai is such a destination, a travel destination, that we have a built-in audience. So we are very lucky. We do social media, we take out local ads, we're on the local news. So that's usually how people find out. We tell the hotels, so the hotels tell their guests, you got to come to Libby Park and experience this beautiful event.
Jason Hank. I live in Laguna Beach, California. I'm an oil painter. I do plein air. These are all plein air pieces which are done on location, so one shot. And then I also do studio work as well. And I have a studio in Laguna Beach, down Laguna Canyon. I've been a professional painter for 10 years. Always been an artist, but did a soul-sucking career job prior to that. So anyways, I do this because it's who I am and I have to do it. And art does something for society besides just something that satisfies me, and it's necessary. And it's important work, frankly. And I'm blessed to get to do it. So my inspiration is really just God's creation, right? What you're never going to get as good as that. But if I can immerse myself in it and experience it and do my best to imbue my work with my soul, that's experiencing this creation in the goodness, then I feel like I'm doing my work well. And I work with other masters, and I'm always just trying to push myself every painting into something different and uncomfortable. I'm not, if I know what I'm doing ahead of time, I'm uncomfortable. I don't like that, so I need to be uncomfortable. I need to just keep breaking the mold every time to try to figure out how am I going to work through this problem, or I solve this, or and that for me is what makes it a joy. And it's not the end product that's really important, it's the process, right? That's for me what I'm getting out of it. And hopefully, if I do that well, the end product is what somebody else gets to enjoy. So yeah. And that's a beautiful thing. Yeah. There's no downside. What's so neat about this show is that a lot of the shows are really a profit center for the people putting it on, which I don't have a problem with people making money, that's fine. But what's neat about this show is that's not it. The entry fee is nominal. It's a jury show, so they want artists in this thing. So it ensures a certain level of quality for the public when they come and experience it. But for the artists, they're not taking a percentage. Again, it costs almost nothing to be in the show, and they are appreciative of the artists here, and they're just supporting an arts community and the whole concept of it. And you feel that, and you've got these community people playing live music all day long, all sorts of different things, and you got the kids' playground. It's just a wonderful vibe. It's just a cool thing, and as an artist, that feels good to be a part of it.
The vibe is high. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's just fun. It's light. It's enjoy. It's just an enjoyment center.
With that, the survival having to, oh my god, I just spent $500 on the fee, so
Very,
that's knocked out, which is great.
Super low stress, and they just make it. It's easy. Yeah.
Jason got first place in Art in the Park.
Hi, I'm Melody Denford, and this is my business, Arts in Motion, and which is featuring my dad's art, Clyde O's, originally from Pismo Beach. And as you can see, these paintings here are original oils, and they're all mostly of the sea. And anything else that we have would be the fly fishing ones here, which are in Yosemite Merced River. We have everything. We do all the art shows throughout the Central Coast and up to San Diego. And just love to do the outdoor shows as well. We will be in Hermosa Beach on June 14th. If any of you would like to come out and see our show. My Arts in Motion. And the website is ClydeO'sArt.com.
Hi there, how are you doing? My name is Richard J. Oliver. I'm originally from Wales in the UK and I live here in Los Angeles. I'm a painter, an artist if you want to call me that. A plein air painter, in fact. I do a lot of work directly from life, outdoors. This year is an interesting year for me in my career. Until now I've been pursuing that success. And last year, at the end of last year, which was one of the best years of my life, I had that hollow feeling in my stomach, which kind of comes to you in midlife when you hit your 50s. You'll get there. And so this year is actually a year where I've given myself permission to slow down a little bit, not be driven by the intensity, and to choose when to say yes and when to say no. My priority this year really is actually getting experience, and that includes painting directly from life. So I've taken some time to move out of my studio, take my large-scale canvases out into the wilderness, and paint pictures the way humans experience life, not the way that the camera sees life. It's very different. It's very challenging, and hence when it goes well, it's very rewarding. But that's really where I'm at in my career. I've been doing this plein air and landscape painting since around the pandemic, but I did my degree and masters in fine art back in the 90s, and I've already told you my age, so I'm not really giving any secrets away there. But anyway, it's beautiful to be back here in Ojai and showcasing my greatest hits, and I hope one day you'll get a chance to come and see this show. If you want to find out a little bit more about me and my work, you can head over to my website, which is just my name, richardjoliver.com, and I'm also on social media as Richard J. Oliver Plein Air. That's P-L-E-I-N, is it? E-I-N? Probably E-I-N or I-E-N. I'm dyslexic, I'm ADHD, I'm probably likely on the spectrum as well. So, but you'll figure it out at Richard J. Oliver Plein Air, and you can see some more of the fun stuff that I've been up to.
Hi, my name is Kat Craig. I live in Ojai, California, and I am here at Art in the Park in Libby Park in Ojai, selling my art prints. I have been creating art, well, I've been doing art since I was like 7, but I started this business, which is Sunrise Via Lola. I started this business 5 years ago. I opened up my own art studio in downtown Ojai on the East End, where I do my own production, and I get my frames custom framed at summer camp. Shout out to Michael, right down the road. But other than that, my art is inspired by all of my travels. My husband and I, we go on road trips, or if we fly somewhere and just drive, and we do rock climbing, trail running, mountain biking, and hiking. So a lot of this is inspired by my memories from being outdoors. And so I sketch everything freehand on my iPad. If I'm already, when I'm on location I sketch there with pencil and paper, and then when I get inspired I go back to that and I freehand it on my iPad. But if it's not from a location, I just do it from my heart, my soul, and yeah, so you can find my work on my website at sunrisevialola.com, sunrisevialola.com.
My name is David Ebner. I'm one of the oil painters here, and I love meeting all the guests here and seeing them year after year. I showcase my work all the way up from Seattle to San Diego. I primarily stay on the West Coast, and I am inspired by all the lovely scenery that this beautiful earth has to offer us. I tend to work in oils, but I also do oil pastel, watercolor, acrylic, pen and ink. And I believe each piece that I set out to do kind of tells me what kind of feeling to go with, whether it's a soft thing, whether I want, or something loud like my San Francisco downtown stuff is quite abrasive almost. So anyway, you can find me at www.davidebner, simple as that. And also reach out to my uncle. He's a famous watercolor artist. That's John Ebner. So we both do this, and I'm kind of picking up the torch from him that he passed the baton, I guess you would say. And I look forward to seeing you guys. When I started painting, I was just doing this as a hobby in between my own work. I'm a commercial artist, so I do a lot of music video, television, film type of stuff, and advertising. And those are all based on concepts that a director or a corporation would have, and I'd execute that and pitch different ideas and stuff. But this is the stuff that's of my own creation, and I just kind of relax when I paint, put on some nice music and paint. And my uncle is the one who saw my body of work and said, "How come you don't sell these things?" And initially my reaction is, well, that sounds like a whole avenue of different kind of work I don't want to do. It's it's a whole nother thing to put yourself out there and build your setups and stuff and pitch galleries and all that stuff, and I wasn't interested in that. But after you start doing it, you start meeting people, and now I can go to all these cities up and down the coast and get together with friends and stuff, and that's really the value in this. And the customers coming back after they have hung something in their house for several years and tell you that they still love that thing. And actually that has more meaning to me than when I do a movie job. Let's say something like Alice in Wonderland or something in Iron Man, and millions of people will see that, but it just goes by in a few seconds, and it's just forgotten about. Because the movie doesn't last in the theaters all that long, but when someone puts something in their home and it becomes part of their family for 10, 20, 30 or more years, and that to me has more feeling than some other just commercial job that you do for money.
My name is Alex and this is Topa. I just moved to Ojai and I'm here at the Ojai Art Fair, and this is my little project. It's a car I just got. It's my first car, and we are gonna turn it pink and get it bedazzled, and I have my little stickers because I'm not the best driver, but that's okay. We're learning. I got my little pink wheel, so if you're driving with me and you want to feel like you're behind the wheel, you can just pretend, and so I have it always here. And then come to the front. I've got my eagle because this is a true American ride. And
What's your dog?
my dog just ran away, but that's okay. He listens well. Yeah, watch out for me on the streets of Ojai. I'm gonna put sparkling pink paint all over it. I'm gonna make this all fluffy and pink. I'm gonna crochet a little hanging flower pot down there. I'm gonna get the seats covered, just make sure it matches my vibe, because it's a little lacking right now. I mean, it's cute and yellow and all, but I just feel like it needs a little bit of pizzazz.
Hey, Isaac Anderson here at the art show up in Ojai, and stoked to be up here showing my art. It's actually the first time I've ever been up in this part of California. lived in Laguna Beach in Southern California for maybe 22 years, and yeah, that was actually where I started my art career, in Laguna Beach, selling my art in a little gallery there. And yeah, it's been a good 20+ year run. It's kind of evolved a bit. Many years of using plaster and cement, very textured. Done a lot of traveling, so it was just something that I was able to integrate some of the maybe cultures and textures from different places around the world into my art. And yeah, it's been a good run. It's fun to be up here for the show. The material that I use is it's kind of funny because people always come up and like want to touch my pieces or knock on my pieces, but it's plaster, it's different cements, and there's probably, I don't know, 40, 50 different materials that I'll use or mix in. They're on wood panels, so it creates a little more stability versus using canvas. People always want to know how much they weigh, so it's kind of the part of the art is trying to keep the weight down, but also trying to create the illusion of mass too. So there is something a little more maybe architectural and structural about the pieces. It's kind of keeps me going though creatively, because I just tend to get bored, and so if I was just maybe forced to just use one material type, it was just like oil paint or acrylic paint, which is great. Love them, they're useful materials, but for me I kind of need the exploration, experimentation, and kind of the challenges that it poses. It can be a little frustrating at times too, but then you can kind of chip away and grind away and something else gets revealed in the process. Thinking of the origins too, you know, I spent a fair amount of time doing video and photography work in Kosovo, Southeast Asia, Burma, places like that where they've gone through maybe a lot of struggle, but you're looking at their architecture or the remains of their architecture, you know, even in Israel or going down into Egypt, places like that. I mean, you're looking at thousands of years of kind of history presenting itself through architecture, and I think in some ways I've tried to kind of represent that in my art too, in terms of entropy and things kind of breaking down, but you're also trying to preserve them at the same time. And so yeah, so I think there is, you know, when I think about my art, there is some sort of literal representation. Even if a piece looks a little more abstract, there's a little more of a literal sense to the pieces as I'm representing things that I'm seeing man-made or in nature as well. So yeah, and then there actually maybe in terms of a unique material, one of the materials that I've gotten into over the years is called geopolymer concrete, and it's really something that the Romans developed, probably even the ancient Egyptians before that. And you've got the Pantheon in Rome, for instance, the big dome roof, and it's several thousand years old, and the concrete doesn't degrade. And so that's a material that I've integrated into my art as well. So that's something that's sparks some creativity. I can get it to set quickly. I can create different textures. It's extremely fire resistant. They should probably use it in California for building their houses. But yeah, that's been a lot of fun, kind of experimenting with different unique materials.
Hi, I'm John Spivey, and I make handmade furniture here, and my website is johnspiveyfurniture.com. I started working with wood a long time ago in junior high in 1958, and I just fell in love with it. And when I first started teaching back in the early 70s, I was a substitute teacher, and there was a lot of times that I would teach in a woodshop class, and I would just go back into the wood room and look at the walnut and the mahogany, and so eventually I've worked my way around to making a living from doing that. Every time I get a shipment of wood, it's like Christmas. It just is an exciting thing to see what it has to offer. Well, my favorite are actually North American hardwoods. That's walnut, cherry, and maple, because they are pretty sustainably sourced. And so I'm not robbing the tropical rainforest, although I do use a few tropical woods for accents and stuff like that. Walnut and cherry are just incredibly beautiful woods, and when you get them with figure in them, it can be truly beautiful. And I sometimes work with a native California walnut called Claro walnut, and most people don't realize that we do have a native California black walnut, and it's actually the most expensive walnut in the world. It's so beautiful.
Hi, my name is Lisa Baldwin. I'm an artist, and I paint in oil, sometimes on wood and sometimes on canvas. The work that I'm showing here at the fair is based on California wildflowers, and I moved here from Canada about 10 years ago, and I was immediately struck while hiking with all the amazing wildflowers, and I thought it would be an interesting metaphor to paint wildflowers on a large scale, so you have the contrast of the small things on a large scale. And these works are inspired by, I'll go to the actual places, so they're all real places, and I'll go there when I have the chance. I'll do little plein air sketches, and then from that, and also take a bunch of photographs, and then from that, I'll develop it into larger works like the one you see pictured behind me, which is Antelope Valley. And then I also have some other series that I'm developing too that are kind of offshoots of that. This piece next to me here is a little bit different. I would take, I have a drop cloth while I'm working, and I just keep, adding to it, just wiping my brush off. I listen to a lot of podcasts while I work, so I'll put little sayings here and there, little notes, and then my husband and I had these framed, stretched, and then from that I went in with some oil stick, which is kind of the consistency of lipstick, and they're really fun to work with, and so it's a more abstracted, very quick piece. With the same kind of colors as the other one, but it a totally different time scale as far as production. So a piece like this took me a month and a half. This piece here, I worked on, on the base for quite a while, but the actual execution was done in about a day and a half. So I've been painting all my life. And it's a very long time. And then I'm interested in the large scale and committed to doing larger paintings. I enjoy the impact of the large size. These are the sizes that fit best in this booth, but I do commissions, and I'm about to start work on, actually there'll be 2 commissions that'll be 6 feet by 7 feet. And I might end up doing even bigger, given the opportunity. The work is at its core about consciousness and putting the viewer into that conscious moment of being in these actual places.
Hi, my name is Linda Donahue, and I'm from Petaluma, California, as well as La Quinta, California. I paint abstract coastal art with a palette knife and acrylics, and then I also do some abstract expressionist work with a knife and brushes. I try to make everything feel cheerful with the color, or peaceful if I can, because everyone wants to feel good. I've been painting as a job for the last 16 years, and before that I was a furniture designer with my dad, and we had a family business in San Francisco, and I used to sell my art at the furniture market in North Carolina, so worked with a lot of interior designers and furniture stores and showrooms. And after that, I then transitioned to selling art full-time, because you're making people feel good, hopefully, with the things that they're looking at, and I feel good when I'm painting, and it's just like an all-around win-win situation. I love going to people's homes, and when they put it in their space and they light up and it just transforms it. Lows would be that I'm on the road a lot. I miss my family, my dogs, my husband, not enough. Children. Yeah, they're older.
Who?
They get to be last. So yeah, it's just it's a really wonderful job, and I feel grateful every day that I can do it. And my art is on. You can Google me, Linda Donahue, but it's lpdart.com, or I'm on Instagram and Facebook, and easy to locate.
Hi friends, Paige Harris from Show Pony Bar. I'm our representative today at Art in the Park. This is our second year doing Show Pony at Art in the Park, and this year's better than last year. We're getting a little bit more business sooner in the day. It's also a gorgeous, gorgeous day in Ojai. It seems like it's busier this year than I was here last year, which is good for the artists, good for business, good for town. And we just want to say thank you for inviting us back, and we're really happy to be here.
Hi, my name is Ray McKenzie. I'm an oil painter and sculptor, and I'm based here in Ojai. You can see my paintings behind me and some of my limited edition prints. I'm very inspired by my dives out of the Channel Islands. And yeah, I'm just like so stoked to be here at Art in the Park for my 4th year. Art in the Park for me has been one of my favorite events to be a part of because it's my community, it's my home, and I get to see a lot of friends, and as well as meet a lot of people that come into town to Ojai to experience this special community in this place. I love this position specifically as I'm close to the play area and I get to hear kids just like screaming in excitement all day. But yeah, it's the Ojai community and just being out in nature and the weekend of getting to really just feel what Ojai has to offer. In 2021, I learned that 90% of the kelp forest of Northern California had disappeared, and hearing this hit me in my core and felt like a call to do something. And so I started making paintings and sculptures inspired by kelp. After a few years of making these paintings and going to the Monterey Bay Aquarium with my camera in hand pressed up against the glass, taking photos of the kelp forest, I finally faced my fears of the ocean and began free diving. And so now I'm actually going out to the Channel Islands, Catalina, and Laguna, where I have these explorations underwater. I take my GoPro and I let it roll, and then I come back to my studio where I feel at peace and bring back the memories of the kelp forest and channel that into oil paintings and sculpture.
My name is Saul Yerbilka. I'm the artist. I paint all these on glass. They're reverse hand painted. Basically what I do is I draw and paint on the back side of the glass, so you see the art on the front. Multiple glasses to make one painting. It'll be like 1 glass, 2 glass, 3 glass, and it gives it sort of a depth effect and all that. People can reach me through my Instagram, which is at Calivilca, C-A-L-I-V as in Victor, I-L-C-A, or find me at art show near you. Originally I'm from Peru, but I live in San Juan Capistrano. I've been doing art shows for about 10 years, been painting for about like the same amount of time. I do this year-round, full-time. I travel everywhere I go. It's a great way to meet new places, meet new people, get new clients. It is hard work because you got to set up, you got to travel, do everything. This show was actually pretty good. Yeah, you get a lot of people coming through.
Hi, my name is Lucia Pasquinelli. I was born and raised in Rome, but I live in Ojai here. I'm very happy about it. I am a creator. I'm a sculptor, metalsmither. I'm doing a little bit all in one. This is my work of art. I like to work in metal, sterling and gold, and I like to manipulate the aspect of the metal. And I do it by fire, with a lot of fire. Fire is a good friend of mine when controlled well, and that's what I do. I have been in at the Art in the Park in Ojai for at least 10 years, even when I wasn't in Ojai yet living, and I just feel that it's so much part of the community here. It's earth pulling, and so I think it's very appropriate. What I do is, for me, it's coming from earth, the ground, and my clients like it too. People feel it. I'm representing Ojai in my own way. I have my own studio here where I live, and I just love it. I feel the vibrations are very incredible here, and they stimulate me more and more. My work is to represent where I come from. So my culture, my tradition, born and raised in Rome, as I said, I like this to be representing the origin of my country, which is now also here, but that's I like people to look at my jewelry, wear them, and feel like I just got this place that looks like I'm wearing a ancient Roman piece, and that's what people feel, and that's my intent.
Temptation, you're everywhere I turn. My heart will always burn for you. For temptation, the heat of first desire, like a moth drawn to the fire, all temptation. You came along like a whisper in the wind, but I wasn't strong, and now you've taken me in. Oh, temptation, your beauty has caught my eye, helplessly hypnotized by you. Oh, temptation, cold chills running down my spine, flames of passion running in my mind, all temptation. I try to resist the attraction of a stranger. Now that we've kissed, my poor heart is in danger. Oh, temptation, weak when you're in my side. It's a feeling I just can't fight. Oh, temptation. Like a whisper in the wind, I wasn't strong, now you've taken me in. Oh, temptation, you're everywhere I turn. My heart will always burn for you. For temptation, the heat of first desire, mouth drawn to the fire, all temptation, oh, temptation.